What's up guys, Marnie, bring you a brand video for today. In today's video, as you can see, is my USA highlights here in WOR on F1 2019, and on the back of two very important races in Silverstone and in Belgium, picking up two podiums after a difficult race in Canada and in Azerbaijan. That really did help in terms of igniting our title aspirations. You can see the championship standings. After Belgium, we were only, I can't remember, I don't have it on my screen, but it was 16 points I think behind the championship leader, so all to play for. But unfortunately, after Belgium, shit went a bit south. This race does not actually follow the Belgian Grand Prix. This is 3 races after Belgium, as unfortunately we had the Japanese Grand Prix and the Italian Grand Prix, and I was unable to attend those races. So yeah, that was a massive blow to my championship. The reason why I couldn't turn up to these races was basically I was going through a very difficult time at home, and again, I don't really want to turn this into an X Factor sort of sob story, but yeah, basically one of my family members was really ill, and it just meant I could not mentally, go into league races and perform and even play the game. I spent a lot of my spare time with them, and league racing and YouTube really took a back seat. So yeah, WOR very kindly allowed me to take a break, and this is my race, well, my comeback race right now. It's really annoying because yeah, obviously a lot of points down the drain, but yeah, I just couldn't. There was a lot, there's more important things in life, and really needs to focus on my family. Fortunately, things have improved, which is why I'm here in the USA, and which is why I'm making videos now. But yeah, so these were the championship standings. Like I said, after Belgium, we were 16 points behind. We missed 2 races, and this is the championship standings now. The top 3. Unfortunately, we're not in the top 3. We were 14 points behind in Belgium, and now we're only 22 points behind, so we didn't lose that many points, but potentially if we turn up to those races, what could have been, but it is what it is. We've got 3 rounds to go now in USA, Abu Dhabi and Brazil, and now it's just a case of just enjoying ourselves, going ham and seeing what happens really as we enter the final stages of F1 2019. So yeah, let's just go straight to qualifying, and hopefully we can get back at the front.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
Here we are in qualifying here in the USA. We're on the red wall soft compound tyre, dry conditions for qualifying and the race. The strategy is a one-stop, starting on softs, doing about 5 or 6, 7 laps, and then it is the rest of the race on a set of medium compound tyres. So the medium is very durable, softs not so much. So qualifying, PB was a 30.2 I think on the days leading up to this. Didn't do much running. Now the race pace was very good, but yeah, not much you can really do with the race pace if you don't qualify near the sharp end. And as you can see, qualifying is very tricky around here. As you can see, the visibility is pretty shocking as the light reflects off that curb. I know Comas are trying to impress us with these, lighting effects, but I'm not really buying it, to be honest. It's just unnecessary. But hey ho, we're all on the same boat, and we just gotta try and get through it. So turn 1, horrendous. Back end stepping out. I was really rusty at this point. At this point during in time, this was the first qualifying lap or league race I've done in a month. Spa was a month ago, so this is my first lap, and yeah, a little bit nervous. Just want to get a good banker lap in. First sector, not very good, but as you can see, the car's working reasonably well. Got good grip through the high-speed corners, and this is a very, very tricky and crucial braking point. It leads onto a massive long straight, locking the inside wheel there. Pretty tidy exit as we accelerate through the gears, DRS wide open in preparation for this heavy braking zone. Your braking point is around the 100-metre board, as your front right tyre is parallel to that board. That's when you want to slam on the brakes. Good, taking a lot more curb on the inside, but it can actually cut that corner. But we do it quite cleanly there. Sector 3 really does kind of showcase the ugly side of the F1 2019 handling model. The techniques that you need to do in order to be fast. Downshifting to first gear for the rotation, short shifting on the exit for the traction. It's ugly, but it is effective on this game. Second to last corner, Absolutely creamed that. Last corner, cannot see a thing with that sunlight. Ooh, lot of wheel spin. Only exit there, lost easy a couple of attempts there. But nevertheless, we set our lap time. It is a 1:30.8, and we get trumped immediately by Pinecone, who also equals that lap time. But I knew we need to go faster than that in order to get pole position, as Carl Mitchell demonstrates that with a 1:30.3 banker lap. That is very, very fast. So here on our second lap, and a bit of weight off my shoulders now, I've got a semi-decent lap time, but really I'll need to be in at least a mid or in the low 30s. Turn 1 braking a little bit later than usual, and obviously in the first lap we broke a bit early, and that's what you need to do. You know, you gotta try and remember, okay, where did I make mistakes in that banker lap, how can I improve, and mentally take that forward into the next runs. And this lap was a very, very good lap. We're 3 temps up, braking a lot more aggressively into that hard hairpin, not locking up, and it's at the fastest middle sector. So finally, after some poor qualifying laps in Silverstone Spa, we really are on a very good lap here. Purple middle sector, centre last corner, not quite as good. And the last corner, remember, we almost half spun, so this could be a very good time. But there's a Ferrari just sat on the middle of the racetrack, and that's completely destroyed our lap. We managed to improve just about still, but what was going on there? And I believe that was Crescito, and he actually retired from the race. And as you can see here, just sat on the racetrack. I was waiting for him to ghost. No, he's not going to ghost. Can you just appreciate the reactions there? Jesus. Yeah, so that was very, very annoying. Basically, he retired from the session, and the Codemasters AI just sort of decided to park it on the middle of the racetrack, not ghosting. And as you can see, we did lose a lot of time in that sector for easy 4 attempts, maybe even half a second, because yeah, my previous lap was not that particularly special in sector 3, and we did a 0.7. So yeah, now pressure's on now. That's just happened. Now I've got unnecessary pressure now to deliver on this lap. I'm currently down in 6th place, vulnerable to the cars behind who are looking very quick in practice. So now, last run, I have to deliver now. I need to basically replicate that lap. I know my banker lap was not very good, as Carl Mitchell retires he's actually left the session, so I wonder if he can get back in time. Turn 1, running a little bit wide down to the curb. That was not as good as my previous lap. Taking a tight line into turn 2, 3, and here we go, the high speed section. Reasonable. The car's very planted, but not quite as committed as some of the drivers in the first sector. As you can see, we're not purple. This corner here, I tuck it in to open up this left-hander. You can cut that horrendously, but we managed to do it reasonably cleanly. A 10th down our previous lap, so a bit of hesitation there, a lot of pressure on into this heavy braking zone. Again, you want to get a best exit possible, as look at that, the championship leader, CRG Pinecone, lays down the gauntlet with a 1:30.2, but I know I can gain at least half a second in that last corner alone after that instant of the Ferrari. Sector 3. Getting that first gear for that extra rotation, short shifting to 4th gear. This corner is so tricky, it's very easy to look at front left, and we have done, but we managed to just about get away with it. It's not a great lap, but if we can just do a decent last 2 corners, we could be on a chance to get into the front of the grid. Centre last corner, we absolutely annihilate it. It is game over here in validation as we throw our steering wheel in frustration, and again coming out the last corner, and it's we still do a mid-30, but we've blown it again. Qualifying has now just gone to shit these last 3 races, and we're down in 8th place. Oh my god. For God's sake, Crescito. To look at the classifications, is CRG Pinecone on pole position with a 1:30.2, Pancakes in 2nd on a pad. Very impressive indeed. Myself down in 8th place. What could have been had of that Ferrari not have been there in the last corner. Easy top 4, but luck wasn't on our side. We've just got to stay positive, and yeah, another comeback drive needed here in the USA. It's going to be more difficult, but again, you've got to stay positive, go ham, and see what's what. So yeah, let's go to the grid.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Here we are on the grid, 5 laps about to go out now here in the USA with 3 rounds to go. We have to get a good result here if we want any chance of winning this championship, and we need to get a good start. As lights out and away we go. Once again our starts are pretty handy as we're already taking the McLaren. Thought about going down the inside there, but look, has it covered, and we're sort of in no man's land in the middle of the track. Shadow goes all the way around the outside of us. Get a warning for causing a collision, that's a bit strange, but nevertheless, at least we got through nice and cleanly with no front wing damage, as Luck makes a very impressive pass on VSR Top Tom. Championship protagonist is up into 5th place as we're down in 8th with a warning already, so not a great start. So yeah, right now just trying to make up as many positions as possible. This is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. We saw in Montreal and Spa, you know, I was able to size through the field, but the pace in this race, a lot of the drivers ahead are very quick, and we're talking like tenths of a second covering the field, so it is not going to be easy to overtake. But you know, start of this race, cold tyres, cold brakes, and a lot of nerves. I was just aiming to get some positions early doors. But you can see that straight line speed is not particularly impressive, even with overtaking Rich, so maybe we can do it through the corners. As you can see, it's still nice and clear. There's still a little gap on the inside. They're going to have a lunge up the inside, and this is what we need to do, make these opportunities count. And as you can see, it covers the inside line, trying to go all the way around the outside, but nothing doing. And yeah, again, it's just so tricky to overtake. Again, trying to do the element of surprise, but it just didn't work. Shadow had it covered, and we're down in 8th place, 2nd lap of this race. And as you can see, it's very difficult to follow cars in this first sector with the downforce, with the high-speed corners. You just get so much understeer, and you can't get on the power. And obviously with these soft compound tyres as well, they are susceptible to overheating, so, and this corner's horrendous on dirty, as you can see, you just can't get the power down. And this was really frustrating, because, you know, I won here in AOR, I beat the man who's winning this race, Pinecone, but he's at the front, he nailed his lap, and now I'm down in 8th place, and we've really got to get a move on if we want to win this race. And as you can see, just nose to tail, the entire field is within DRS range, 36.1 flat 9, and we've done this with 0, so literally the top 8 is covered by a 10th of a second. As you can see, go down the inside of Shadow, just trying to desperately make progress. We do not want to get stuck in a DRS train. Let's see, we're taking a lot of risk here. We need to if we want any chance of winning this championship. And right now here on lap 3, DRS is now enabled. Not gaining on the McLaren. That is from an awful long way back, making contact, pushing him off the track, and that is frustration right there, just trying to make progress. We have to give the position back, and yeah, no front wing damage, thank God. So yeah, this is just frustration. I'm sure you guys who've league raced and the F1 esports drivers who are racing have been, you know, under this kind of situations where everyone's just kind of locked in a DRS train. You just can't make progress. Get the dirty air effect. Everyone's travelling at similar speeds down the straight, and yeah, as you can see, the pit stop window is opening now, and Jam Pancakes went for an early pit stop. Once again getting a good exit line astern here, and once again going for a little lunge up the inside again, but we've lost a lot of rear locking, just avoiding contact. I'm trying, I really am, but again, nothing doing. Again, these drivers ahead, they're very quick, and we just can't really sive through the field like we did before, and we're going to have to wait for the pit stop window in order to make progress. See, we are on lap 5 now, and as you can see, there's a flurry of activity coming in the pits, and as you can see, we're going to follow them in, because lap 5 was my preferred stop, with critically Shadow actually carried on for another lap, so that should be easy pickings for the undercut, because soft compound tyres really do go off around here. As you can see, a nice clean pit stop. Can we capitalise on any slow pit stops? No, we cannot. There's a Williams ahead, I believe, of Carl Mitchell, I'm not sure, but we really need to get to the back of him, Pinecone and CRG Low. There's Jam Pancakes, that's the fast lap race, or 1:35.4. He is absolutely flying. Cars come out of the pit there now. As you can see, critically, there is some medium runners who haven't made a stop yet, so this could be the moment now where we can get to the back of those front runners, but we need to make the most of our clean air and start pushing very hard. As Top Tom sets a fast lap race, we trump him. We're 1:35.3. As you can see, there's a lot of battling going on with, I believe, there's a Ferrari and a couple of Hasses on mediums holding them up. And as you can see, on board with CRG Luck, with Pancakes, Pinecone, and the race leader, provisional race leader, all round, getting held up massively by the Ferrari of Crescito. Cressito, the man who blocked my lap in qualifying, is doing wonderful job holding these guys up, and it's going to bring us back into play. CRG, look, makes a very impressive pass on Pinecone, very opportunistic, and looks like all-rounders got ahead of the Ferrari. Pancakes, look, and Pinecone follow suit. And look at this, look how much time we've gained, right in the back of them now. And look, critically, we've got the DRS, and we're not under pressure from Shadow from behind, so game on right now, game on. This is what we need right now. And here we are on lap 8. And as you can see, Cressito is still holding up the two Williams. Look at this, my championship rivals are ahead, battling hammer and tons. What am I doing going into first gear there? And look at this, Carl Mitchell going all the way round the outside of the Ferrari and Pinecone to get ahead. He's going to be side by side with CRG Pinecone. Oh, he's hit him! He's blown him up! I don't believe it! CRG Pinecone has gone off into the barrier. Carl Mitchell clearly didn't see him, and surely that is him out of the race, and there's a safety car. I mean, unbelievable. Title rivals have collided in the penultimate corner, and we now have a safety car. Jesus Christ, who would have thought this after qualifying? And we now need a part of what is the safety car driver doing? I'm sorry. Burt Myland has had a few beers, clearly. So yeah, wow. Pinecone's in the barriers. Now the race has now been neutralised. The medium runners are going to have to pit now. Well, for me, I was at this point having a drink, chilling, but I didn't realise at the time that we could be under pressure. It might be getting jumped in the pit lane. I can see I was checking for penalties, and Danny just jumped us. We were caught napping there, and we've lost a position down into 8th place now. Now I've got a hard runner ahead of us now, so that is not ideal in the slightest. But yeah, the championship leader is in the barriers and out of this release at the back. And as you can see, I was just trying to warm my tyres up here, and we gave him the 3-second time penalty. So yeah, that's getting removed. It just means I need one more warning to get a 3-second time penalty. So a little bit of miscommunication now on my part. So yeah, Pinecone at the back of the grid. Mitchell is in 5th place. Lutt is in 4th, and we go racing here in USA as all-rounder with his teammate who hasn't made a stop, has got his rear gunner behind him to potentially hold him up, so we could have some more battling here. But right now my sole focus is getting past this Haas of Danny F31, who's on the hard compound tyre. I need to be in that group to challenge for the win. Up the inside again, he brakes very late as well. This time we don't actually ram into the side of him like we did to Shadow, trying to go all the way around, get outside of this right-hander into first gear. That kind of unsettled the car. Can we get down the inside? No, he covers off very aggressively. Fair play. Round the outside, and no, we don't make that stick. So Danny is not in the mood to roll out the red carpet for me, which is very annoying, but no, fair play. He's got a strategy in mind. It was hard to be very quick towards the end of the race, but right now he is vulnerable. And look at this. I mean, the top two of all-rounder and I believe Jam Pancakes have got past the Force India of John, who is now holding up my championship rivals, Mitchell and Lutt. And look at this, there's been contact ahead as Lutt makes a move up the inside of John, and this is where I need to make my moves. The element of surprise going up the inside of the Haas, but again he has some good grip on those hard compound tyres. Top Tom makes a move on John. Can Danny make a move on Mitchell? No, he cannot. And look at this, I'm under pressure from the McLaren of Shadow now. Shadow has now come back into this play, and look at this line of stern down, this quadruple, shall I say, right-hander, lap 14, and we still haven't got ahead of the Haas as look at this, Shadow's just absolutely dive bombed me. He makes it a sticker, now we're side by, so this is not what we need. We don't need a McLaren in front of us now. The championship rivals have got past John, and I need to get through them and to get to the back of them. Look at this, the leaders are just getting away, and again Shadow is absolutely going hammer and tons, very aggressive, but all fair enough. We've got the inside for the right. We need to keep this McLaren behind. We need to be on the offensive, not the defensive. And again he goes up the inside. We'll leave the door open, we're going to get good traction on the outside line, and finally we pocket the McLaren. Now we need to get a move on, turn up and get past this Haas and the Force India of John and get to the back of Mitchell, because he's getting away. Here we go. Down the inside again, making that lunge. Can we make it stick? Finally, no, we cannot. He hands it round the outside, and here we go for the second time, all the way around the outside, critically not going down into first gear, and it has actually helped us. We don't need the extra rotation here in the USA, and finally, we get past the Haas, but look at the gap between the guys ahead. We need to start pushing, and we've got 13 laps to go now. The leaders are just so far ahead. Now we've got the clear air. Now we've got to get our head down. Fastest lap of our race. Let's go. But the leaders ahead are still doing 0.5s and 4s, so it's not exactly hauling them in. Here we go. Another 0.3. We need that DRS on Mitchell. Again, we're at borderline DRS now. 0.6 now, so that's not particularly fast, but we are catching the top two just ahead. But these three were very, very fast. As you can see, Top Tom has got past look and set a 1:35.0. So again, this is just, we're trying, but the guys ahead are still very quick, and we just got to keep our head down and hopefully they make mistakes and we can get past our title rivals. So here we are on the end of the lap, and critically we have got the DRS and we've got a target lock on our championship rivals Mitchell and Lutt, again doing a 0.3. We've got the DRS, but again, you know, Mitchell's got the DRS on Lutt, Lutt's got a DRS on Top Tom, Top Tom's flying, and we just can't really make significant progress here in the USA. And skipping on now to the penultimate lap, and as you can see, it's still, you know, all-rounder leading. Jam Pancakes in second. Lutt has actually made a pass on Top Tom, but again we just could not get close enough. This corner here I was just really struggling. Look at how much he pulls away. Look at the gamer tag, he just completely vanishes. He just catapults off that corner. That was the corner I was struggling at. A critical corner because it leads onto the DRS straight. And unfortunately we just could not get past him. Onto the final lap now. Round the final corner. An all-rounder looks like he's going to win the race, but where are we going to finish? The only chance we've got is time penalties, and we actually picked up one. And look at that, actually, a podium, P3, all-rounder, got a 9-second penalty. Lutt critically didn't get a single warning, I don't think, finished in second, and myself in third place, so beating Pinecone, beating Mitchell. So, well, who'd have thought that after qualifying 8th, we managed to salvage a podium. So looking at the classifications, it is Jam Pancakes who won the race on a pad. That is very impressive indeed. Fair play to him, with Lutt in second. I was third, but there were penalty removals from BSR Top Tom, and he actually got the podium position. Myself in fourth, and it would have been all-rounder in fifth. Carl Mitchell, I think, was sixth, and as you can see, Pinecone in 14th place from pole position, unable to make the progress he needed after that drama with Carl Mitchell. So yeah, wasn't the greatest race in terms of wheel-to-wheel action, but that comes down to just the game not being very good, to be honest, and just the competitiveness of the league. So I don't know the title, the championship standings as of now, but I will put them on the screen now, and with 2 races to go, it's still all to play for, with Abu Dhabi and Brazil for the finale. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button if you did enjoy, and I will see you from the penultimate round of the season in Abu Dhabi. Cheers.